And we should be live. Alright, let me go ahead and check. We are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone, Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. And today we are of course back with some more Tex Murphy, Under a Killing Moon. I've been looking forward to this, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, I should mention, I'm actually going to start it, technically, on the previous day at the very end of that. There is a lengthy cutscene, but I do believe it's good to have a recap, so let's go ahead and do that. It'll also... Alright, so there we go. Now... I think what we need to do is travel over to the Colonel's office here, and we should be, yeah. Jackson says, what's up? Dr. Calcul says, good evening, Ace. Read. Ho ha ho ha ho ha ho ha ho ha ho ha. As an English would say, here, okay. Her. Okay. That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Okay. Sorry about that, Calcul. There's a free Swedish lesson for you. All right, good to know. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and see this cutscene again from last week, which I believe is going to be useful to provide some setup for this.
The Colonel was
stream.
my mentor in the detective biz. When I was a young, idealistic crime fighter, I didn't understand some of the Colonel's unethical PI methods. I reported the Colonel to the PI licensing board and his license was temporarily revoked. In the years since, I've come to understand and even occasionally used the Colonel's questionable methods, but we've never made up. I haven't seen the Colonel's office since we fell out 15 years ago. From the look of the exterior, the Colonel's kept it up nicely. I knock on the door and it swings open. The place is trashed.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to put off that trip to the Caribbean. Maybe permanently.
My God, what happened? Who did this to you?
The chameleon. He's some kind of shapeshifter. I swear he's the devil himself.
What did he want? Why did he attack you?
Oh, he thought I had it. When he found out I didn't, he tried to torture me into telling him where it was. Yeah, he got impatient, stuck a knife in my chest. I must have passed out.
'Tis but a
I didn't
scratch.
get enough sleep last night.
What was he looking for?
The winter chip. The cult wants it. They're planning a doomsday party. They're afraid whoever's got the chip might stop them. You're gonna have to find it and get it to Capricorn. Yeah, they know what to do with it.
But I don't know where to look. You gotta give me some help.
There's no time. There's a disc by the bookcase. It's got information on that winter chip. Don't fail me, Tex. I hope to God you've learned something after all these years.
I fly the Colonel to the hospital and the attendants rush him into surgery, but won't tell me what his chances are. I know I should go and search the Colonel's office for the disc he referred to, but I'm having a hard time keeping my eyelids popped open. I decide to go back to my office for a couple of hours of shut-eye. As I open the door, I catch a whiff of expensive perfume, then feel my jaw slam into a brick wall. When my vision clears, I'm seated across from a beautiful Oriental woman with matching goons on either side of me.
Good evening, Mr. Murphy. Please, have a seat.
Gee, thanks. My dogs are really tired.
Yes, you've been very busy, haven't you? Let me introduce myself. My name is Eddie Ching.
Polite bluff. Let's try that.
Well, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss Ching.
That's not totally true, is it? you've had the pleasure of visiting my apartment. I have learned that you were hired to steal a statuette from my apartment. I admire the skill you display in doing so, but I must now ask you to return the bird to me.
Tough guy it is.
Life is hard, Ching. I was hired to return the statuette to its rightful owner. Unfortunately, someone stole it from me before I could return it to her.
It's gone? You imbecile! Have you no idea what you've done? You were set up. The person who hired you belongs to a group so powerful, they may hold the fate of the world in their hands. The statuette is worthless, except to this cult. And I went to great lengths to keep it from them. And all it took was one idiotic PI to give these fanatics the talisman they need to loose the demons of hell upon the earth.
Skeptical? Yeah, we might as well do that again.
Oh, please. You really believe all that satanic mumbo-jumbo?
You obviously don't understand what I'm saying. With the statuette, the cult will fulfill its prophecies, unleashing an unimaginable flood of destruction. The prophecy is supposed to be fulfilled in 6 days. If the statuette is not recovered before then, nothing will matter. We'll all be dead.
You seem to know a lot about this cult and were able to get the statuette in the first place. Why don't you send some of your goons out and clear up the problem?
The cult knows about me. They tried several times to steal the statuette once they learned I had it. They will not allow me or my operatives to obstruct their plans. You, however, they do not consider to be a threat. The cult is behind the crusade for genetic purity. I don't know any more than what I've told you, except for the identity of the man who set you up. He is known as the Chameleon. If you can find him, you will be within reach of the statuette. You should realize that your blunder makes you responsible for 10 billion lives. Hope for your own sake that you can succeed where more powerful people cannot. Let this be a reminder to you not to repeat your mistakes. If you fail, I will see you in hell.
That never gets old.
So, did he have the chip or not?
I never found out. My usual methods of persuasion weren't working, so I had to get a little more forceful. Next thing I know, his lights go out. I think I killed him.
Dead men don't help us. We've got to find out about that chip. If the Colonel didn't have the chip, then he probably sent it to Murphy. Stick around and keep tabs on him until the last second. But don't kill him. If the chip doesn't show up, make sure Murphy doesn't blunder into our path. If you find the chip, destroy it. Then you can do what you want with Murphy.
Maybe I need a career change. 2 days in a row waking up in a semi-conscious stupor is enough for anybody. My nose is so sore my eyes water when I inhale and all my front teeth shift slightly when I exhale. On top of all this, I found out that the world population could be annihilated because of me. That's just too much guilt to heap on a guy at this hour of the morning. Looks like I'm on my own. I'll need to find that disc the Colonel referred to. And what about that Countess? Was she on the level, or was she just feeding me a line?
Alright, so we have a few ways we can do this. Let me go ahead and read some of the comments here real quick. Daddy's Rod says, greetings everyone. Also nice name. Cactiel says, I could also add the other of the extra letter of the Swedish alphabet, the A as in ass. Okay. Daddy's Rod says, bro took a knife in his chest and treats it as a simple paper. Yep. Brother Cactiel says, you know, Ace, I was slightly disappointed when I listened to Michael Jackson's band. That is unfortunate. Jackson says, I bet the chameleon is the guy in the dumpster. Well, let's actually go ahead and ask him. Might as well, right? Make sure there's no mail. No mail. Excellent. While we're here, we might as well save as well, because this is the day where we can actually die pretty easily if we're not careful. See, day 4, I believe we are on. Let me double check. Yes, we are in fact on day 4. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and see what he says if we actually have the chameleon as dialogue option.
Away.
We'll ask him about the chameleon.
Sorry, can't help you with that.
Yeah, worth a shot. Let's see about that countess, though, for the start. Brother Kakil says it didn't live up to his name. That is telling. That is something, yeah. So we might have already gotten a bit of a sneak peek about the countess's mansion here.
Okay, there's something wrong with this picture. When I was here before, the place looked like a palace. Now it looks like the aftermath of an IRS auction. Somebody wanted me to believe the person I talked to was a real countess. Now I can see I've been played for a sucker. But who set me up and why? There's a bald eagle perched on the chandelier. Man. Now that the animal rights lobby is huge, bald eagles are everywhere. They're worse than pigeons. Front door was open when I got here. The eagle must have flown in. Looks like it's got a bright cigarette case in its claws. I've heard that eagles are attracted to shiny objects.
Unfortunately, we don't have any oil to give this bald eagle. We do, however, have a gold foil we can offer it. Okay. What's this here? There we go. Oh. A watch. Okay.
Maybe there's more to this watch than meets the eye. What's this? It's a secret compartment.
That's going to come in handy. Alright, so we've got this. Now this is the note scraps are actually bugged from what I recall, and so you can't really do anything with them, which is unfortunate. What's this? Cigarette case.
There's only one cigarette left in the case. Maybe I'll keep it around for a smoking emergency.
Alright, now we can examine the cigarette. This is going to be pretty useful for us later on. Like I said, though, these things are bugged out, basically from what I recall. But we might as well rearrange them a little bit anyways. There's one more puzzle with this kind of stuff, and it is, if I remember correctly, actually required. The good news is that one isn't bugged, so all right. So most of these are now in the correct direction. Alright, so we can tell that this and this are in the same area. Alright, and now let's go ahead and see what else we can find here. Alright, so we need... here we go. So we got that. Ooh, this one's upside down. There we go. So we got that one. Alright, we got that piece now solved. So yeah, I think we've got... I think I'm not... Like I said, I'm probably not going to go ahead and finish this because it's bugged anyways, but you can see what they're going for the most part. Unless I find another piece of it real quick. I'll hold off for now, and then I'm pretty sure I've found everything that needs to be found in this area anyways. So what we'll do is we will travel to the Colonel's office, get some information from there. He did say there was a disc on his desk, so we'll go there.
When I get to the Colonel's office, the police are just leaving. They tell me they've combed the place and come up empty. I'm not surprised. As I step inside, I try to remember what the Colonel told me. Something about a winter chip and an emergency disc hidden somewhere in the display case. Maybe the info on the disc will tell me something about this chameleon.
So now that we've gotten the disc,
Nothing's coming up. I'll need to load up a disk before I get any information off this computer.
well, it's a good thing I have a disc. Brother Cackle says, who knew that being good at jigsaw puzzles was the only relevant skill to bring down evil cults trying to destroy the world? Gonza said, I had this back in the day. I was like 9 discs or something. It was a fair bit, I think. All right, text. Let me read this. Text. In case anything happens to me, I made up this disc to give you enough information to carry on in my place. Despite our past problems, I don't know anyone else who could replace me. Since you're reading this, I suppose something has gone wrong. So now it's up to you. First of all, you've probably never heard of Capricorn. All you need to know is that it's a secret organization that infiltrates groups which pose a threat to society, then unravels them from the inside out. Dozens of cults, terrorist groups, and political cabals have been broken up before the public ever knew there was a threat. How I came to be involved with Capricorn is unimportant. Suffice it to say, it is to say that we've done each other some favors. I have been helping them infiltrate a corporation called Genetic Research System, GRS. I won't waste time on details, but I was hired by someone to investigate the disappearance, and investigation led me to GRS. I learned that there was a secret experiments being done there, and that the top people were members of a cult. I relayed this information to Capricorn and learned that one of their agents was already there undercover. You know about the crusade for genetic purity, and maybe about their religious retreat, the Moonchild. To all appearances, it's a gigantic orbiting biosphere capable of holding hundreds of thousands of occupants. If, however, the Moonchild is armed with nuclear weapons, it could literally hold the world hostage from its vantage point. Capricorn wants the Moonchild destroyed. The cult at GRS is linked to the crusade. The undercover agent learned that she would be going to the Moonchild, so Capricorn devised a computer virus and encoded it on what's known as a winter chip. I made delivery of the winter chip from Capricorn to the agent at GRS. Less than 3 days after I delivered the chip, 24 undercover Capricorn agents had been discovered and murdered, and Capricorn headquarters had been destroyed. Undoubtedly, the faceless forces behind the crusade for genetic purity are responsible for effectively ending Capricorn's existence. GRS is no longer in operation, and the undercover agent, Eva Schnadzi, has disappeared. What I was doing, and what you must now do, is find out what happened to Ava and help her complete her mission. If she has been discovered, you must find the winter chip and somehow get it into the Moonchild's computer system. There is additional information in my safe, which may put you on the trail. Okay. Brother Cackle says, whoever owns this place is clearly a man of culture. Indeed. So we now know that there is an evil cult, and we know the evil cult is here to try wiping out the Earth, so we have to stop them. What's this? Sorry I haven't come back by lately. Work has been hell trying to wrap things up before we head out to the tropics. I'll make it up to you when we get there. Spanks and kisses, the Colonel. Oh, God. What's this? Well, and Toad. Okay. So we now have a place to go visit. Gonzo says, hey, a Geiger. Yep. We already got the Geiger, though, so. So now, let's see what else we've got with regards to Mel and Toad's apartment. Private Dick away!
Who are you? What do you want?
Full-on introduction, why not?
The name's Murphy. I'm a private investigator.
Is this some kind of a bust?
No, I'm not a cop. I'm here because of a mutual friend of ours.
Look, if you're looking for a date, I don't do that anymore. I have a boyfriend, and I'm expecting him any minute.
Deliver the tragic news.
Listen, I hate to be the one to tell you, but I have some bad news for you. Someone tried to murder the Colonel. I don't know if he's gonna make it. He may be dead now for all I know.
The Colonel? Dead? I can't believe it! I guess we won't be going to Bermuda next week.
Kind, gentle, looking for information.
I know this must be quite a shock, but I'm trying to find out who wanted him dead, and I could really use your help.
Hold on a second. How do I know that you didn't, like, kill the Colonel?
Well, he's not dead yet.
Offer proof of good intentions.
I have something for you from the Colonel.
Okay, let's see it.
The greeting card. We'll give her that.
There wasn't any money in it? Okay, I guess I can answer a few questions.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm just a lonely girl looking for a new friend to play with. You might be fun, but you don't look like you have very much money.
Oh, God.
Chameleon? Oh, I feel so stupid. The Colonel mentioned that name a couple of times, but I thought he was saying he was getting close to getting his hands on, like, $1 million.
Sometimes the jokes just write themselves. Let's see what she has to say about the Colonel.
Well, he was nice to me, so I was nice to him. I mean, it was fun. I feel kind of bad now, though, because he gave me this package that I wasn't supposed to open unless something happened to him, but I opened it anyway. And I was so disappointed because there was nothing in it except for this stupid key. No money, no jewels, no nothing. Sure, I guess you can take it. I don't even know where I'd use it.
I do. So we got the key. Brother Calcul says typical woman.exe. I mean, you can tell that the person that made this game is based. Okay.
These documents are all in code. Hopefully the Colonel's got some sort of decoding manual around here.
Jackson says, I just got back to see you talk to a gold digger. What's going on? Well, we have to get her to give us some information again, so... I think we can actually talk to her and ask her about this, and she'll actually...
Back again? You know, I've been thinking, I think we could, like, be friends. You know, I think you should stick around and talk to me for a while, because, I don't want to be lonely.
Normally, I'd pay good money to be friends with you.
Oh, no!
Right now, I just need to ask you something.
Tex, what are you doing?
But remember me the next time you got something burning a hole in your pocket. Cash, I mean.
Okay, where... Can I ask her about the safe? Because that's what I need to ask her about.
Well, he was nice to me, so I was nice to him. I mean, it was...
Alright, that's not really useful,
I'd like to help you, but I can't. Are you trying to make me feel dumb?
Alright, so somewhere back here in the Colonel's office we have something to look for. What's this?
Oh, nice looking dame. This must be the Colonel's squeeze. If I could track her down, maybe she could give me some more...
Yeah, I've already tracked her down. I mean, she gave me some information, but not quite enough. I still need to find the information. How to get that safe open.
This must be the safe the Colonel referred to on the emergency disc. This is a top-of-the-line security safe, and I'll need a combination to open this.
Alright. Wait a second. What's this? Examine. So now we can actually go back to her and see what's going on. Now we can get her to... Okay, so give us... Brother Calculus says very progressive. Indeed.
You again?
Yes, I need to ask you about the receipt.
Oh yeah, I got another dumb letter from the Colonel. I mean, there were some, like, numbers and stuff written on a piece of paper inside. You can have it. I can't even understand what it is.
Well, that makes it easy for us. Thank you. Jackson says, I have an idea to open the safe. Angry Plato, aka C4. I don't think the Colonel will be happy for it with us C4ing his office. We might as well just use the combination since we have it. The Colonel is now starting to remind me a bit of Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. But with all the magazines and all that, paper with numbers, 571. Four, 5, 6, 7, 1. Boom.
This must be the safe the Colonel referred to on the emergency disc.
I apparently misclicked by
This
accident.
is the top of the line. Now, this could be helpful in decoding the Colonel's file.
Well, we will now decode the combination, or the coded documents here. Decoded files, let's go ahead and see what they say. My client is Paul Dubois, a genetic scientist working on a top-secret project for GRS. I've uncovered information that proves that the project at GRS is being funded by the Crusade for Genetic Purity. Paul believes that the secret cult is at work in GRS, conducting bizarre experiments that could give them a new and unstoppable destructive force. He was unable or unwilling to give me specific details. Why would a genetic research center be developing a weapon? Paul gave me a list of employees that have left the corporation. Recently, I went through the list and was able to locate only one person, Elena Moore, who I found via a credit card trace. She is currently checked in to the roadside motel. She says her life is in danger, but she can't tell me why. Something is happening at GRS, that's important enough to kill for. What is it? With the information from Paul and Elena, I contacted Capricorn and found out they already have an agent working undercover at GRS. I made delivery from Capricorn to Ava. God help us if her cover gets blown. Paul contacted me and said he had enough information on the cult to blow it open. He said he had details on the project, the cult, and its objectives, and also how the Moonchild figures in. We agreed on a meeting place where Paul would give me the details. He never showed up. Both Paul and Ava have vanished without a trace. I've tried to follow their trail, but I've constantly been constantly blocked by a dangerous character known as the Chameleon. My official contacts at Interpol have told me that he's a master of disguise. I'm going to avoid making jokes. My unofficial contacts tell me that he's a Native American, a shaman. It's rumored that he possesses the ancient power of shape-shifting, the ability to appear in different forms. If this is true, he could be anyone. I'm not sure who I can trust now. And if the Chameleon's working for the cult, it must be headed by someone very powerful. GRS has been disbanded. Is the project finished? Am I too late? There are eyes in the shadows following my every move. A voice in my head is telling me to hurry before someone stops me. But now I've lost my contacts at Capricorn, and I haven't found any answers. I need to find a way into GRS. Alright. So already things are starting to get interesting. Unfortunately, this is also the part where we can potentially die. Or getting to that anyways. So, I need to do that. And we will travel. Brother Cactual says, right, boys, we are fighting a Wendigo. Kind of. Anyways, let's go ahead and go to the roadside motel. And after this, we'll go and get into the main evil research center and prepare.
I couldn't
for that
believe
part.
it when the name Elena Moore appeared in the Colonel's decoded files. I used to date her sister a few years back. Elena was an annoying 12-year-old who had a knack for entering rooms at the wrong time. It's obvious she still recognizes me when she opens the motel room door.
So you're little Allie Moore, huh? Last time I saw you, you were quite a pest. And you'd just gotten your braces put on, right?
Yeah, but that was quite a while ago, Tex, and I've grown up. You know, I used to have quite a crush on you.
Yeah, I remember. Speaking of crushed, how's your sister? I haven't seen her since our nasty little breakup.
She got married a few years ago. In fact, it was Debbie's husband who helped me get hired at GRS. It's been just over a year. Since then, I've worked as Marcus Tucker's personal secretary. He's the director of GRS.
So what does GRS do specifically?
They do genetic research, gene mutations, genetic viruses, that sort of thing. It was very professional, high-tech. GRS hired only the best young scientists. But from the beginning, everything seemed really mysterious and secretive.
Is that why you quit?
I didn't leave until I started receiving the threatening notes. At first I didn't take them seriously, but they kept coming. I decided to get away and use my vacation time. But when I got back, someone had gone through my apartment. That's when I checked into this motel.
How did the Colonel find you?
I don't know. He just appeared here one day. It took him a while to convince me that I could trust him. But now, for all I know, he's dead. I'm scared, Tex. Really scared.
Look, I'll do what I can to help you, but I need to know everything. Why do you think someone at GRS wants you out of the way?
I'm not sure. Since I was Mr. Tucker's assistant for a couple years, I had access to most of his files. Maybe someone thinks I saw something I shouldn't have.
Well, since you don't work at GRS anymore, why do you think your life's in danger?
The last day I came to work, I got a note that said my life was in immediate danger. When I saw that someone had broken into my apartment, I knew that I wouldn't be safe anywhere.
Sounds like my next move.
Sorry, it's just... How do you know you were in danger?
Yes,
I received
I
a
still
note
have
that
a
said
pass key
my
to
life
the
was in
main
immediate
doors.
danger.
You can take it, but
That
please
is-
be careful. GRS has a 24-hour security watch. With the Colonel in the hospital, I have no one to turn to. I don't know if I should, but I'm going to trust you.
I tell Elena to sit tight and wait for me till I get back. I also warn her to keep the door locked and not open it for anyone except me. Elena obviously doesn't know anything more than what she's told me. She's given me the break I need, though, a pass key to GRS. Like the Colonel, I have a feeling that GRS will provide a few answers.
Brother Cacul says, wouldn't be the first time you saw something you shouldn't have, girl. Alright, now I'm going to head to GRS, and we can... If we screw up, we can actually die very quickly in this, so we're going to have to be very careful.
The GRS office complex is located in the heart of New San Francisco. Elena's passkey gets me into the lobby, which is empty. A directory shows Marcus Tucker's office on the 4th subterranean level. I take the elevator down. Before the doors open, I hear a warning.
Attention, lethal security probe on premises.
Time to get out of here. Alright. So we've got a safe there. I'm going to go ahead and actually save here because, yeah, that probe can kill us very quickly if we are not careful. But what we need to do is actually get into one of the other rooms. Unless... Okay, so I know what to do with that. I need to get that opened up somehow. There we go. Brother Calcul says San Angeles was a better city, not gonna lie. Alright, let's see what we got.
Just standard office desks.
Yeah, but what's this thing here? Just a random note? Okay. Ah, there's this thing.
Let's take a look at this thing. What do we have here? It's like a computer access card.
For Paul Dubois. This is going to give us some information that will be useful. And Paul Dubois is this desk right here, which is good. What's this? Wrench. Alright. Nothing there.
Nothing of interest here except an unappetizing wad of gum.
Well, the unappetizing wad of gum is not really going to be useful. I mean, I know. Disappointment. This is a point-and-click game after all. You'd think there would be note here, but no. There is one other piece of equipment I need to find, and that is a videotape player somewhere around here. Forget where. There it is.
It's like the TV has no reception capability. It's set up to run only when hooked to a Laserdisc player.
That's okay. Siege says, hey, hello, Siege. All right, now we can actually, now that we've pretty much found...
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Okay, time to get out, time to leave, time to leave, time to leave, time to leave, time to leave. Okay, we'll go this way then. Now, there should be a key somewhere around. There it is.
Well, that's not gonna work. Okay, it's turned on now. Well, the video screen works. Now I need to get something to actually come up on the screen.
So, we've gotten some headway made here. Just need to find out some more stuff. Ooh, what's this?
Thing's useless to me unless it's hooked up to a TV.
Alright, we can combine this with the... There we go. Sadly, text didn't just go, I'm hungry, and gulp the gum down. Well, you can't do it with the gum. You can, however, use the fish food like that if you really want. In fact...
Well, that's not... Another Playbub magazine. Say what you will, but I love the articles.
I think you have to actually go to Eddie Ching's office and do that, now that I think about it, the whole... Alright, so we've gotten this far so far, which is good. We might as well save and prepare to head back to that one room, so we can actually figure out what's going on plot-wise. Okay, back here, we'll try seeing getting our information that we were wanting earlier. Computer card.
I should turn on the computer first.
Computer pass card required.
Brother
to
Kakil
access
says, never mind,
this
that's funnier.
Computer. Thank you.
Computer card accepted. Cool. Personal file, Paul Dubois. To whoever reads this, the information contained in this file was to be delivered by me to Colonel Dobbs. I have been collecting this information for the past 6 weeks. I'm now being watched, and I doubt I'll be able to get in touch with the Colonel. Whoever you are, please get this information to the Colonel. He has promised to take it to the authorities. Crusade for genetic purity. Soon after I was hired, I was asked to submit to a genetic scan. When I was found to have no genetic defects, I was invited to join the Crusade for genetic purity. I resisted initially, but accepted when I found out that Ava Schnazi wanted to become a member. Ava is a project supervisor here at GRS. I admit I had a romantic interest in Ava, and I thought it would be a way to get to know her. Oh, God. He got into a cult for genetic purity because of a woman. Oh dear. A small group of people met in Marcus Tucker's office after work, and Ava and I were initiated. It didn't take long to realize that this group was not the Crusade for Genetic Purity. The members called themselves the Brotherhood of Purity, and there were dark rituals and readings of prophecy. Frankly, I was scared, but I was sure that there would be in no way out once I was involved. It was Ava who told me to contact the Colonel about exposing the Brotherhood. Okay. GRS project. Project we've been working on is being directed by Marcus Tucker with Ava Schnazi, Daniel Murray, and Camden Leander as project supervisors. Tucker has devised the project phases, so only he knows everything that's going on. My part in the project has been to develop a specific artificial viral strain, which I've been told will be used in treating respiratory ailments such as bronchitis and asthma. At one time, there were at least 30 people working on the project. Now we're down to 8. I tried to contact some of the employees that left, but couldn't. Today, I found out what happened to them. Some of them were considered to be genetically suitable and have been sent to the Moonchild. The rest are dead. I accidentally found a recording made of an experiment, and the test subject was one of my former co-workers. I only saw a few moments that experiment involved the use of an airborne virus that was inhaled. It caused a violent death almost instantly. It's horrifying to think that my research probably contributed to the virus that was being tested.
Warning.
Oh. Oops.
Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
All right, back out we go. Now, we'll use the hex wrench, I think, on this thing. And this looks like a job for the Geiger.
Poor little guy. He must have tripped something on the console, or maybe the old roast beef sandwich spontaneously combusted. At least he got the door open for me.
Well, that's a good diddly Geiger. Sad that he went the way of the dodo, but oh, okay. What do we got here? Mini disc. Wonder if we can combine the mini. Nope, we can't, because apparently that is the wrong format. What do we have here? A card.
Oh, there's a scratch on the laser disc. I wonder if it still works.
Alright, now let's see what it has to say.
Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker.
Well, at least it still works. That's something.
It's a memo. It says, memo to Marcus Tucker. This disc was confiscated from Ava Shanzi before she was imprisoned on the Moonchild. We are still searching her personal effects for any sign of the Winter Chip.
Okay, so we got ourselves the security disk for her.
Computer passcard required to access this computer.
Cool, we'll go ahead and save here because we know that machine can still kill us pretty quickly, so. Got the pass key.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Computer passcard required to access this computer. Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Well, time to leave again. But at least we can go in here again. And now we can figure out what else is going on with GRS. Okay, the Moonchild. Those who've heard about the Moonchild have been told it's a religious getaway for faithful members of the Crusade for Genetic Purity. I found out otherwise. It was constructed by the leader of the Brotherhood of Purity and is referred to as the Ark of Humanity. The only people allowed to go there are members of the Brotherhood, genetically pure humans. The Moonchild is gigantic and has been constructed to easily support thousands of people, along with all known forms of animal and plant life for several generations. The ultimate purpose behind the Moonchild is to provide a safe haven for the faithful while the Earth is going through its final purification. I don't know exactly what the purification entails, but I believe it's directly related to experiments we've been doing here at GRS. Brother Cackle says, oh my god, Laserdisc, that dates the game quite badly. Yes it does. And by the way, this is set in the futuristic year of the 2042, so. The initiation to the cult. Alright. When I was initiated, Marcus Tucker informed the others that the meaning of my genetic purity, then went on to give a short speech. This is what this said to give to the best of my recollection. The principles of the Brotherhood of Purity has existed for thousands of years, but the order itself was founded by Docetus in 300 AD. We know little about those who founded our order, only the truths that were left behind and passed down from one generation of Brotherhood to the next. These truths are contained in an ancient text known as the Secret Doctrine. Through the ages, our power was lain in anonymity. We have quietly prepared for the day in which the Docetus prophecies will be fulfilled, and the genetically pure will inherit the earth. Many of history's greatest figures belong to the Brotherhood, but this fact does not appear in any history book. Each of these men, however, laid groundwork for the next generation. Each man's actions from a single stone added to the massive structure. It has now been 1,000 generations since the foundation of the Brotherhood of Purity, and the time has come for the prophecies to be realized. All that has been prepared, with the exception of the finding the ancient Haba, a powerful talisman forged of magical elements, being the vessel through which the Brotherhood's power is channeled. We have have reclaimed the Haba. We will journey to the Moon Child, the guardian of the faithful, and we will celebrate the purification, the time when the earth will be cleansed of all genetic abominations. Then, after the waiting, we will return to a pure world and enter a glorious new age. Brother Cackle says the Illuminazis. Yeah, pretty much. Jackson says, like in any D&D story, it's a cult. It's always a cult. Yeah. The Secret Doctrine. The Brotherhood follows the prophecies contained in an ancient text known as the Secret Doctrine. From what I have read, been told, and overheard, I've come up with a description of the Brotherhood's objectives. The Secret Doctrine tell of an entity called the Incubus, which the Brotherhood could summon when all the prophecies had come to pass. When I was initiated, I learned that only one prophecy had not yet been fulfilled, having possession of something called the Haba. From what I could gather, the Haba is some kind of mystical statuette which holds sacred powers. Once the Brotherhood found the Haba, the Incubus would then create a Moonchild. This Moonchild would be the destroyer of the genetically impure and guardian of the pure and faithful. Another of the prophecies says that a great storm, called the Great Alluvion, will come from the skies and destroy the impure. This process is referred to as the purification. I think the Brotherhood plans to accomplish this by introducing an airborne virus into the Earth's atmosphere. After the purification, in which all life on Earth is exterminated, comes the period of time known as the waiting. The prophecies say this will last for 2 generations. It was for the waiting that the Moonchild was constructed. After the waiting, the pure races aboard the Moonchild will return to Earth and begin the new order. So yeah, Illuminazis, basically. Known history of the Brotherhood? Okay. The origins of the Brotherhood of Purity predate written history. So many of the details are lost. The order started in the Far East among a small group of men whose concept reached thousands of years into the future, while other, more primitive men were learning the uses of metal and stone. This Brotherhood was embracing the rudimentary principles of eugenics and ethnic cleansing. Principles, ladies and gentlemen. The names and acts of the founders were passed down orally for hundreds of generations. The genealogy, philosophy, and icons of the Brotherhood, however, were not fully committed to paper until the 3rd century AD. A group of men known to the outsiders as the Docetists, composed of an expansive tome attempting to summarize the history and doctrine of the ancient order. This text became known as the Secret Doctrine and was accepted as the official word of the Brotherhood. The Roman Empire. The Brotherhood of Purity grew steadily in power during the rise of the Roman Empire. Despite the enormous wealth and influence of the Brotherhood, its anonymity was preserved. The number of those who were initiated and received the teachings, signs, and passwords was kept to a bare minimum, ensuring the complete dedication and fealty, as well as avoiding the dilution of quality, which inevitably comes with overpopulation. When the Roman Empire fell, the Brotherhood survived unscathed. In fact, it was speculated the order hastened the downfall for its own benefit. The Empire had grown obese and sedentary and was no longer conducive to the higher ideals of the Brotherhood of Purity. The members of the order cast their eyes towards the fierce and hungry tribes of the Anglos and Saxons, which were not as intellectually advanced as the Romans, but had not suffered the physical decline. The Middle Ages. Many of the kings in medieval Europe were members of the Secret Brotherhood. One was King Henry I, also known as Henry the Fowler. He ruled Britain around 900 AD and was considered a visionary by the other members of the order. He prophesies that a gigantic storm will appear from the eastern sky and will overwhelm the impure, and this was added to the Secret Doctrine. Other pivotal and powerful rulers in the Middle Ages were secretly affiliated with the Brotherhood of Purity, including Charles the Great, Henry the Lion, Otto the Great, Philip of Swabia, Conrad IV, and Frederick Barbarossa. While King Charlemagne was not deemed intellectually suitable for the Brotherhood, his closest advisor and confidant Hugo von Turan was a high-ranking member. His influence on Charlemagne drastically affected the course of Europe's and the world's history. Counted among the members of the Brotherhood were not only kings and statesmen, but also religious figures such as Balisius Valentinus, Bishop Klingsgor, the Count of Acera, and Egbert of Meran, the 13th century Bishop of Bramberg. The Spanish Inquisition was instigated by a single radical member of the Brotherhood who held a high position in the papal order. It is common belief that hundreds of thousands were put to death because they refused to join the Catholic faith. In actuality, these deaths were the result of an enormous ethnic cleansing. This was done, however, of the Brotherhood's own volition, and was not an act of the Brotherhood. Okay. Splinter groups. Throughout the Middle Ages and into the 20th century, there were several branches which sprang from the Brotherhood. The Crusades were in part associated with one of these branches. Eventually, the main body was able to pair off the splinter groups, but not without great bloodshed and civil war. Most of these conflicts have been misinterpreted by history, indicated the extreme and far-reaching power of the Brotherhood of Purity. Adolf Hitler somehow attained a manuscript of the Secret Doctrine and was heavily influenced by the principles of the Brotherhood, though he was never part of the order. It took many years for the Brotherhood to undo the damage done by this madman. Even in the years which have followed, the main core of the Brotherhood has had to deal with other mutated branches, some of which have grown to massive proportions before the influence of the Brotherhood could bring them under control. Alright, so that explained the entire lore of the Brotherhood here, and yeah, basically Illuminazis. Although technically in the game's lore, the Nazis themselves are basically a splinter group, but I digress. Brother Cacul says, the Incubus, do they have a suck and fuck used? Alright.
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
Time to get out of here and head back outside and to that other room. And we will save and carry on. Now that we've gotten the lore dealt with for this game. Actually, wait. I wonder if the key works here.
Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay, we don't have the key to that, but we do have the key to this.
Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work.
Access
denied.
Well, that's not gonna work. These computer panels probably do something, but I have no idea what it is.
Might as well test it.
Well, that's not gonna.
One more. There we go. Okay, so now, all right. Alright, so we don't have the tape yet, but we do have a pass key. And that pass key gives us access to this room. Perfect. So now we've gotten that part of the mystery solved. What's this? A match. It's going to come in handy later on, believe me.
An old piece of masking tape is stuck here. Looks like some numbers are printed on it. 142235. Probably doesn't mean a thing.
142235. One, 4, 2, 2, 3, 5. Okay. But for now, we'll hold off on that. Nothing there. Okay, good to know. I'm going to save again, just... Well, actually, I'm going to combine some stuff. Apparently, we can't combine that yet. That's okay. Whoops. We'll save, and then we will prepare ourselves this little bit here. What we need to do is actually get this on.
To access the save, please Prepare for voice ID verification. Please speak your name now.
And we have the tool to actually do that.
Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker. Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker. Hello, I'm Marcus Tucker.
That is perfect.
Stand by for DNA scan. DNA incompatible. Attention, security, intruder on premises.
Well, we need to hurry now. We have a cassette tape.
Let's take a look at this Buddha. Whoops. So clumsy. I'll be darned. This must be the winter chip. And it was right here under the cult's nose the whole time.
So now we can combine the winter chip with the watch and hide it. It's going to be pretty useful. And we have some notes here. Prepare for pain. There's going to be a lot of that here. Okay. So I know which one that one goes to. Alright. It's going to take a while, but we will get this part of the puzzle done. Good news is we have a good part of it now, chunk of it finished with, because Brother Marcus is a pretty easy thing to spot there. Godspeed, brother. Okay, there we go. That has to be that. Sensitivity is just a little bit off, and it's getting that. You ever have that annoying bit where... Okay, so that's not it either. There we go. Now we got another bit. Brother Cackle says you should look for common letter sequences between the strips. Yep, that is what I'm doing. All right. So I know this It's not that. It's not that. So yeah, every now and then you come up here and get lost on this a little bit, admittedly. Siege says, what a night. I'm thankful for chill streams like this. Real life is a nice cup of stressful. Yeah, I know what you mean. Alright, the good news is we've got a good chunk of it still finished. That can't be it, no. I know it should be eliminated here, so there needs to be a D. And carrying, or carried. Carried, that's what it could be, yeah. Come on. There we go. There we are. Alright, we got that. No, we don't have it. Now we got it. Ah, see what I mean? Okay, so we got this. We got this. We just need to get this one. There we go. Now it's complete. Brother Marcus, we are seekers of purity who will abide no defect in spirit or form. The time is close at hand. Your work was exemplary and adhered in every detail to holy prophecies. Now that we have the sacred relic in our possession, our plans can be carried out. I regret that you had to eliminate Dubois. Alas, such is the folly of man. Schnazi is being held on the Moonchild and will pay dearly for her treachery. Also, as feared, Brother Thaniel was not genetically suitable for our order and had to be retired. Now your instructions. Go to the Bastion of Sanctity, longitude 122 degrees, 47, 11, lat 41, 28, 6. Upon arriving, the chameleon will provide transport, though he will not travel with you to the Moonchild just now, as he has other business to attend before joining us. Godspeed, brother. Alright, we got this. So we got the note. Is there anything else we need to pick up from here? I don't think so. So now we can say...
In case you've forgotten, the fourth rule of PI...
Game!
Don't get caught. The security probe isn't as forgiving as I am.
I got killed because of that and have to do that whole darn thing all over again. No. I am going back into that other room. Okay, we'll go ahead and put the mini disc in.
Well, that's not gonna...
No, we need the VHS tape, and the VHS tape is in that other room. Darn it.
Try to move a little.
Thank you, game. Sorry that is annoying. Okay, we're going to have to use this again.
I need to turn on the act.
2. Stand by for DNA scan. DNA incompatible. Attention, security, intruder on premises.
Okay, now we will save to a new spot because I don't want to get screwed over by accident. But what we will do is we'll pick up a few items in here again. Oh, my head. Okay, so time to head out. Now we can put the VHS tape in, and we can actually watch the thing here, and we can also do that puzzle again.
Though not an effective way to infect the mass population, the viral powder combined with tobacco then inhaled is the quickest way to provoke death. Witness its effects on the traitor Paul Dubois. On a larger scale, the virus can be introduced into the upper atmosphere by means of dispenser satellites. With proper flight path alignment and a minimum of 100 dispensers, Earth's atmosphere could be thoroughly saturated within 12 hours. Once in the atmosphere, the viral molecules bond to condensing moisture and create a seeding effect. The ensuing rainstorms would bring the virus down to the planet's surface. As we have witnessed, the effect of the virus is almost instantaneous, and the entire fauna population of the Earth should expire within several days at most. While this method of extermination is thorough, its residual effects are significant. The atmosphere will continue to cycle the virus for years until natural decay and filtering cause the viral strain to become a negligible portion of the atmosphere. We estimate that this process will require a minimum of 30 years to complete.
Alright, so they're going to try to wipe out the world. Well, I've already been through there. And I need to remember the darn key combination. Because of course I do.
Try to move a little.
Game, not again. Okay. I forgot the key combination because I am an idiot, but that's okay. We can look again.
An old piece of masking tape is stuck here. Looks like some numbers are printed on it. 142235. Probably doesn't mean a thing.
Alright, I decided I'm going to go ahead and just type that in that code so I don't, into the chat so I don't forget it. Now we should have access to this. 1, 4, 2, 2, 3, 5. What's this?
Viral powder for cigarettes? A cigarette load is a classic practical joke, but this is ridiculous.
Brother Cacule says, how fitting that a cult founded in the Far East would use a virus to end their enemies. That's a spicy take. I mean... Okay, so I do need her security card, which is somewhere in here.
Just standard office desks. That button probably triggers the door.
Don't see anything in there. Alright, well, I don't see where the other stuff would be, so let me go ahead and save again.
Our special tonight.
See what else we've got in the inventory.
Maybe there's more to this watch than meets the eye.
Oh yeah, I forgot to take that stuff. Darn it, I'm an idiot. Looks like it's heading that way. If I head this way, I might be able to... Darn it, game! Cat says, hello, how are you doing? I'm alright. Just trying to get past this robot, and then we can quickly exit the room there and go. There we go. Alright, now we've made it back into this room. Pick up the tape, pick up this again. Pick up the notes. I don't actually think we need to... It's necessary to use a note, but what we'll do is we will we'll examine the the Buddha statue.
Let's take a look at...
And combine the winter chip once again with this. Good. Now we'll save again because we know how this game is. What is this? This is Tex Murphy Under a Killing Moon. It is a pretty good point and click, but this is an area where we can get killed a lot here because we have a drone that we have to avoid constantly. Okay, the plan is... We've already watched the video, but for the sake of the points, we'll go ahead and watch it again. Well, I'll skip it, but...
Though not an effective way to infect...
Alright, now... We will examine the shredded note yet again and go through this painful process yet again. Basically, since you didn't see it last time, I ended up dying pretty much immediately after finding this, solving this puzzle, so we have to go through this again. But I'm probably going to be faster this time because I've had... There we go, now. Alright, we got that part down. And this is one of those classic cases of it's got to be pixel perfect because otherwise it won't. There we go. Okay, finally. That's not it. No, it is it. It just looks a little... Okay. Looked a little funky for some reason. That's alright. Alright. There we go. Now that we've gotten this about halfway done yet again, we will be... That's not it. There it is. Alright, so we've got it most of the way down. And we know this button goes here. There we go. Now we got this note complete. And we've already read this before, so I'm just going to save here. And I think we've pretty much got everything we need. So it's going to be a good time to end the day. Oops. Dead again, but I saved, so that's okay.
Try to move a little faster.
So apparently we need to do more. So there is more to this, it seems. Good to know. Well, I do know I need to actually get through that room there. That one room, so there is that. Once we get to that one puzzle that solved, which is to open that one computer, we should be all set. Problem is, I don't know where the card is. That is a bit of annoyance.
I'm willing to bet that access to this computer is extremely unlikely.
Well, a hint that we probably aren't going to be using that particular computer. Good to know. See if there's anything else in R&D. I don't think there would be, but just in case, might as well search for a key card or something. I don't see one, so the other one is this room here. I'm probably going to feel like an idiot when I do actually find where that key card is I'm supposed to find. Like it'll be just out in the open somewhere and I just missed it for some bizarre reason. We've already searched this, but just in case.
Computer passcard required to access this computer.
A typical fluorescent office lamp. This computer has a mini disk drive.
Well, that's obviously what I need, but
It's a memo. It says, memo to Marcus Tucker. This disc was confiscated from Ava Shanzi before she was imprisoned on the Moonchild. We are still searching her personal effects for any sign of the Winter Chip.
I'm gonna check real quick where exactly this thing is. Because I know what we need to find, I just don't...
Warning. Security sweep will begin in 5 seconds.
I might have actually messed up. Let me check something here. Okay. So I need to remember which controls are up and how to actually look up or... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I figured out the problem. See if we can actually enter this room. There it is. So apparently I looked it up. So yeah, apparently it's just hidden under the desk there, and I had to actually look under the desk to actually find it. Good to know.
Thank you.
Now we can actually read the mini disc and get the information we need.
I've made initial contact with the cult. The Colonel's information was right on. There are at least 2 employees here that are members. I haven't been able to find a solid link between GRS and the cult, but I'm sure Tucker knows what's going on. Over the past month, I've been letting people know that I support the eugenics movement. Finally, I was contacted today by a cult member named Murray. He's a project supervisor. I'll be attending an initiating meeting tomorrow night. I've gotten to know one of the young researchers, Paul Dubois. I'm fairly sure he knows nothing about the cult. He told me that Tucker doesn't trust most of his staff and has the project groups working separately. 9 or 10 people came to the meeting in Tucker's office. The only ones I knew were Tucker, Murray, and Paul. I got the name of only one other cult member, a creepy little Nazi named Camden Leander. He seemed to be the highest ranking member. I didn't learn much. They seemed more concerned with grilling me and Paul. I don't think Paul is cut out for the cult. I think he's attended the meetings to get to know me. I've advised him to get out while he can. Also, there's a young woman named Elena Moore who works as Tucker's assistant. She doesn't seem to know what's going on here. I think she knows too much, and she'll probably be eliminated when the current project is finished. I've warned her to get out of the company.
Okay, that explains that.
It looks like the project is almost completed. The cult members are ecstatic. I keep hearing them use the words purification and illuvion. I don't know what they mean, but whatever's going to happen is going to happen soon. I'm not going to use a chip until I have a better idea of what they're up to. At our last meeting, there was an older man. He looked familiar, but I couldn't place him. Apparently, he's in charge. I noticed him staring at me during the meetings. Afterwards, he pulled me aside and said there would be a special place for me in the new order. I'm going to play along.
Okay, we can now save, and I think this is our cue to go ahead and leave and call the stream. End of day, maybe. Let's see if we can in fact travel. Jackson says, I find it crazy the fourth day of this investigation, the protagonist managed to find a worldwide death cult. Indeed. Let's see if this is enough. It actually let me go. Cool.
Sure, I'm glad to be out of GRS. I'll need to catch a few winks before I go anywhere else. First thing in the morning, I'll need to go back and check on Elena.
There's been a change in plans. You and I have a date with destiny. Let's go.
It feels like I've been asleep for about 10 seconds when I hear something moving through the office.
Hello again, Murphy. Remember me? If not, how about now? The ability to change forms is a talent I was born with. The metamorphosis is difficult to explain, but I've found it quite useful. I haven't had a chance to thank you for your efforts to our cause. You did us a great favor in retrieving the statuette. It was the last key to fulfilling our ancient prophecies. Now we wait until the appointed time. Incidentally, I've kidnapped your girlfriend. I know you're looking for a certain computer chip. Abandon your search now, and I won't harm Miss Moore. It would be a shame to kill her. Besides, it's not easy stuffing a head into one of those water coolers. Just ask your friend Pug. He's cooling off right now.
Well, that's a bit of a plot twist.
I tried for an hour to get Pug's head out of the water cooler, but it was no dice. The police showed up and thought about grilling me until they realized Pug was a mutant. And it was like they couldn't care less. That's the trouble with this world. A life's still a life, whether it's mine or Pug's, it still has to count for something. If a crime to humanity is committed, someone should have to pay for it. The chameleon had killed Pug for no good reason and had kidnapped Elena. I'm not about to let him get away with it. Not today.
Well, he says that, but now today we are actually going to be going ahead and calling this stream. We will, however, next week see the next day, day number 5. And I think we might actually also do day number 6, because if I remember correctly, day 6 is pretty short as well. So, yeah. Anyways, so I think now's a good time to go ahead and call the stream. So I know that we kind of got bogged down a little bit. But yeah. Jackson says, join the death cult just to get a girl. Brother Kakil says, oh my, what a precarious place to find oneself. Alright, well, yeah. So I think now's a good time, like I said, to go ahead and call it. So, yeah, this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care.